Mm. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'll worry about that later. This one has a long description. URLify. Write a method to replace all spaces in a string with %20. You may assume that the string has sufficient space at the end to hold the additional character and that you are given the true length of the string. Note, if implementing in Java, please use a character array so that you can perform this operation in place. Sure. I think this is basically this is just about the fact that you should be using. Okay, they're saying use a character array. I'm actually not clear about that. Use a character array. A character array. How would you do the operation in place if you're using a character array? I mean, a character array can only contain a character, right? I mean, that's an 8-bit thing, right? Character array in Java. Oh, shut up. Yeah, it's a char array. You can perform this operation in place. I don't think I'm going to do this one. This one's just dumb. It's like basically replace every space with a %20. Um, yeah, but like that's only difficult because you've made it difficult by. I mean, it's evident how to do it. It's just not very interesting. All right, palindrome permutation 1.4. Given a string, write a function to check if it is a permutation of a palindrome. A palindrome is a word or phrase that is some way that is the same forward and backwards. A permutation is a rearrangement of letters. If it is a permutation of a palindrome. Okay. A permutation is a rearrangement of letters. The palindrome does not need to be limited to just dictionary words. You can ignore casing and non-letter characters. Does that mean I can ignore them from the string or they will not show up? I don't know. Okay, so if the input is tact koa, the output should be. Oh wow, okay. This is a bit complicated. So if I get tact koa, that could be actually taco cat. Oh, I see, and ignore non-letter characters. Okay, all right. So you just basically strip out the first thing you need to do is just strip out everything that's not, or lowercase every character and strip out everything that is not a character. And then I sort of need to ask the question. I guess you just well, let's see. All right, this one sounds interesting enough. Let's do this one. All right. So we're doing chapter 1, problem 4. Palindrome permutation. Dot. Oh man, why do you keep doing that? All right. Well, it's a good effort. Anyway, palindrome permutations. All right. Okay, so This is basically just saying, is this string, can it be rearranged such that it is a palindrome, is what I understand. Yeah. So, first thing we need to do is evidently just take the string, right, and then remove the, I think there's a string slash remove. Closure.string slash remove. Replace is what I'm thinking. Well, no, there is actually, no, there's a replace, which we can use replace to remove. All right. And it's always forgetful, which wins. String and then the match and the replacement. Okay. So that should be the string. Then we're matching against, just see, does the match have to be a regular expression, or can a string to a string, a char to char? Okay, yeah, it doesn't. So let's replace the strings with the empty string. Actually, what I really want to do is just replace anything that is not ASCII, that is not a character with, so it's like not A maybe or something, I'm not sure. Java alpha, no, not alphanumeric, Java characters, regular expression. Okay, so I think we want not A through Z. Ooh, or A through Z, right? That's a bit complicated, but let's just test that out right now. So what things should be true? Well, this should be true, right? This should be a palindrome. This is also a palindrome. This is not a palindrome. This is not a palindrome. I don't know why I'm passing in two things. So this should be a palindrome. This is a palindrome. This is a palindrome. I don't know if this actually qualifies as a palindrome or not. Is the empty string a palindrome? I think so, right? Kind of. No, I think the empty string is not a palindrome, let's say. So this is a palindrome. This is not a palindrome. I was mistaken. This is not a palindrome. This is not a palindrome, obviously, since we already said it was one. This is not a palindrome. Well, let's just start with the simple case. AB is not a palindrome. The even case, and the odd case, ABC, it's not a palindrome. So I guess what do we know about palindrome? Well, no, let's not worry about that yet. I just want to see what this actually ends up emitting. So we're gonna palindrome permutation. Palindrome, there you go, thank you. We're gonna do S, and we're gonna say, let's just see what we got. PB chapter 1, problem 4. Ooh, wait, well, of course we got failures. We're doing nothing but, okay, so what did it return? It returned to A. All right. This guy returned ABA. This guy returned the empty string. Everyone's just returning the identity of himself right now, but that's because, so that is a good test to put into here. Let's test out ABA should also be a palindrome. All right. You know what? That was not what I tested here. Oh, but okay, so if that's true, then it should also be the case that ABA with a string at the end should be a palindrome, and AB B and A. Wait a minute. It's a permutation, so you can rearrange the letters in any way. It just needs to be ultimately there. Okay, so this should remove the spaces and the not symbol. Let's see. It's too hard to read. I'm going to just take out all these except this one. That was not what it should be. It should... Oh, it didn't lowercase it because, yeah, it hasn't... we haven't done that yet. So that's cool. And then, I'm pretty sure there's a lowercase thing in Clojure too. Let's convert string to all. Okay, that's exactly what I want. Yeah. Because we're like this, I don't think we even need to do that. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good looking. And then finally, all we need to do is, I think, just do another frequency on this one. Frequencies. So we got. Yep. Okay. Good. And so, what we need to ask the question is that either basically everybody needs to be even except one character. You know, is what is ultimately happening, right? Up to one character can be odd in terms of its count, but every other thing needs to be even. So I guess what we're really saying is, you know, take the values, right? Let's just check that out. Right, 2 and 1, okay. Sort the values. Okay. Now I got this sort of weird sequence, right? I guess they're really the sorted chars, right? And from that, we can sit here and say things like and of the first sorted char. Oh, let's just do it as a thread. The sorted chars, the first must be 1. Oh, not must be 1. Can be 0 or 1. Oh, I meant 1 or 2 is what I mean. So it must be either 1 or 2, right? And just to keep the pattern looking the same, the sorted chars, the rest of them must, every one must be equal to 2. Is that the best way to write that? Is there a better way? Is that how every works? Let's see. Returns true if predicate x is logical true for every x in collection, else false. I think that's what we want then. Oh, but we can do it actually this way, which is I think a little nicer looking. Let's try that. So I feel like we can just maybe do this for both of them. Oh, that's... Yeah, I mean, if we bang a value into a map, it should return nil or the value, right? Okay. So let's see what we got. True is equal to nil. Well, first of all, so it doesn't actually work. Second of all, I think we kind of need to make it into a false rather than we just want it to be a Boolean. Oh, it didn't end up being the last value. It ends up being false. It's a bit... okay. But... oh, I guess it's short circuits, so it's not even going to do that. And technically speaking, okay. Just to make it return false rather than nil. Okay. But, okay. Okay. since I don't know, I will just start printing things. Print line, boop. Print line that. Okay, just see what we see. We got a value of 1, so the first one actually did pass. That's cool. And we got a return value of 0. That means it did not pass. Yeah, that's not true, because the rest is a sequence in this. So I think actually what we may have meant is map across this thing. And it actually returned a sequence with the value 2 in it. Oh, of course, yeah. Alright. Wait, is that what it should return? That's weird. So you take sorted chars, which is a sequence. You took the rest, which just takes the head off of it. Then you mapped across this thing, which should be either mapping to a value or nil. Oh, we just did map. We didn't do every. Let's see what happens now. Okay. Okay, so this is a truthy and a truthy, so that should return a truthy now, right? But it doesn't. Instead, it returns a falsy. What's going on? Oh, I didn't change it down here, did I? Okay. Boom. Okay. And then let's just try enabling the other ones and see if we get any errors. Nope. Alrighty. Okay, I think that makes some sense. Are you missing? Let's try. The actual example, which is tact, and this should be true. It should be tact coa should return true. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, let's commit it. I feel like that's a pretty long description I have to type out every time. I'm just going to say problem 1.4 of cracking the coding interview. And I don't want to write out the whole thing. Yeah, I've lost interest in writing out this whole thing. That's too much.